Chapter 11. There is no self-made man. I'll be honest with you. Up until just recently, I really believed that I could take on my life by myself. I was raised by two strong parents who told me that the world doesn't owe me anything. They told me that if I wanted something, I needed to put my head down, lift a prayer, and get to work. I followed this advice to a T, and my life was truly a reflection of work hard, ask no one for anything philosophy. For most of my life, this strategy worked, but I wasn't really winning. I was working twice as hard to get half as much. It wasn't until I humbled myself, started really listening to other successful people and watching how they worked with each other, that I realized there's a different set of rules at play. I began to recognize and meet people who wanted to help me, who wanted to do business with me, and who actually wanted to see me do well. I don't want you to deny yourself anything just because you're too proud or stubborn to realize that God often uses other people to assist you in reaching your destiny. These people are like treasure chests, waiting at strategic moments in your journey to provide you with what you need. Asking for what you want is the only key you need to open the chest and enjoy the treasure. Everything we do in life that's worthy of note requires gifts that are beyond our own. How we utilize the blessings of our relationships is the key to making it big. As you get transfers along your path, you have to connect with others because there is no such a thing as a self-made man or woman. No one builds anything of any great magnitude alone. There's nothing wrong with partnering with someone else. Many times people miss out on opportunities because they're trying to keep it all for themselves. Look at it this way. You can either have all of an 8-inch cake or you can have half of a shit cake. At the end of the day, that half of a shit cake is much more than having an 8-inch cake all by yourself. You also have to keep your eyes open for like-minded people, for others who are on the same wavelength as you. Partnerships give you another person to bounce around ideas with, and they can help you see things from an angle that you didn't even consider. Once you find a partner, he or she won't necessarily be your partner for life. Not everybody who begins the journey with you can go where you are headed. When I started out, I had a lot of partners, but I quickly learned that not everyone was capable of going to the next level with me. Connect with other dreamers. I'm blessed because God kept putting other dreamers in my life to keep fueling me up when I didn't fuel myself. I first listened about connecting to other dreamers at the end of my junior year at Kent State, a senior hall, and I attended Kent State at the same time. I remember when our whole crew was discussing what we were going to do during the summer. Most of us had jobs lined up for the summer, but our senior said, "I'm going to Hollywood." We laughed at him because it didn't make sense to us. I even said, What are you going to do in Hollywood?" He didn't even flinch, just said, "I'm going to be famous." I saw him taking a few theater classes, but I didn't think he was serious. Sure enough, though our senior went to Hollywood that summer and I ended up flunking out of school. After that summer, I forgot about my dreams and started focusing on paying the rent. I was making $13 an hour at a job I hated, where I worked from midnight to 8 a.m. every day and came home filthy and exhausted. All of my friends had graduated and started their lives, and there I was working at factory jobs that I could barely keep because of layoffs. I realized that I wasn't living, I was just surviving. One night, a few years later, I was sitting on the edge of the bed watching TV and preparing to go to work when I heard, And introducing from Cleveland, Ohio, Arsenio Hall. I looked more closely at the television, and sure enough, that was Arsenio on the Don Kushner's rock concert. Arsenio had done it. There he was telling jokes and becoming a comedian just like he said he would. He made it Hollywood. He was on his way. I was sitting there in our way saying, wow. I started calling out all my friends, waking them up and telling them to turn on their TVs. When I got to work later that night, I kept saying, I know this dude. And he had dreams just like me. If he had a big dream and made it, I could too. To this day, I don't even know if Arsenio knows that he changed my life, but I learned that being around another dreamer can push you when you forget how to dream for yourself. Asking for what you want. There are no self-made men. You need others around you for inspiration and motivation. And I'm certain that at some point, you also need them for material resources or advice. Whatever the case, you need to be bold enough to ask. I did always feel this way. In fact, what encouraged me to begin asking was realizing that I had nothing to lose. I also had nothing to prove and nothing to be ashamed of. So rejection was nothing to fear. Recognizing this practically doubled my confidence level. It strengthened me to go forward and ask. You have no idea of the number of successful people around you who are waiting for someone to come up and ask them for assistance or guidance. I could have saved myself a lot of pain if I didn't mind asking people for things. Little did I know how many people are sitting around just waiting to have discussions with me, to have an association with me. Magic Johnson doesn't mind sitting around talking. John Hope Bryant doesn't mind talking to me. Tyler Perry doesn't mind talking. The President of the United States doesn't mind talking. Big agencies such as William Morris Endeavor don't mind talking to me. The chairman of NBC doesn't mind talking to me. I was so occupied with priding myself on not asking for anything that I almost missed out. It's okay to sit and brainstorm with like-minded people and share what is going on with you. You may not have to ask for as much as you think. Just the mere fact that you're striking up a conversation could be the thing they have been waiting for. Maybe this other person is looking for somebody who wants to do something, who is eager to learn, who is eager to share. And that initial conversation will lead to great things. Keep it in this perspective. All you need to do is talk to people of like mind, and I promise you, you will not mind talking to you. Identify what you want. How do you expect to get what you need if you don't open up your mouth and ask for it? Our lives are a direct reflection of our communication. If you are unwilling to communicate your needs to your employers, customers, partners, and family members, you can't blame them for not giving you what you need. You don't know anything. You don't know everyone, and you can't do it all alone. All power, no shame. Various research studies illustrate how powerful it is to ask for what we want. Studies show that in most cases, people say yes to those people who ask for what they want far more often than people expect. Additionally, most requests seem larger in the requester's head than they are in the requestee's. Lesson learned: asking for what you want gives you a better chance of getting it than not asking. So why don't more of us ask for what we want? A study done by a sociologist Annette showed how kids from different economic backgrounds view asking questions. Kids from fluent and middle-class environments believed that they were entitled to ask for things they felt they deserved. They almost willed themselves to have what they wanted by creating a habit and value system of asking for what they want. On the other side, you have kids who grew up like me in the environment where you were viewed as weak if you didn't know something. And don't even get me started. about asking for what you need. So often, I didn't do that because I didn't want anyone to know I needed anything. That was the pride that kept me from getting all that I wanted, needed, and actually deserved. There is no shame in not knowing something, in not having something, or in wanting or needing something. So much of what will determine the difference between a good life and a great life is an ask away. Without shame, you have access to more power. Building relationships. While there is power in ask, there are also risks resolved. People may say no. Some may make assumptions based on our wants or needs, and still others may reject us and our boldness in asking for what we want. But the fear of those responses is increased 1,000 times when all our interactions with people are only transactional. When you interact with people only when you need or want something, they can see your intentions coming a mile away. Asking for what you want becomes totally different process when you deal with people based on nurtured relationships. But this can be hard for many of us. We don't want to be vulnerable, and building true relationship require a level of openness. But whether you are attempting to access capital to launch a new business or trying to convince your boss you deserve a raise, a meaningful professional relationship can make all the difference. When people respond to a request, they are usually not just giving a thumbs up or thumbs down to what you asked for. They're actually assessing what they think of you, the risk involved, and the potential return. How do we begin asking for what we want? Here are 6 principles to help you get a yes. Number 1, know your worth. If you don't know your worth, you are allowing someone else to determine it. But knowing your worth is not enough if you don't communicate it boldly. If you have determined you are worth $150,000 a year, you have to be willing to fight to get as close as that value as possible. In fact, you should be prepared to go in asking for more than $150,000 to give yourself room to negotiate down to what you want. As with any request, you may not get exactly what you want. However, when you know your value and fight for it, it is in a professional way. I guarantee you'll walk away from the table with more than if you had asked for nothing. Number 2, recognize what you deserve. Far too many people, women in particular, put their wants and needs on the back burner for the benefit of everyone else. There is nothing noble about denying yourself the life you were destined to have to accommodate someone else. That doesn't mean you don't make compromises for people who love or those who are building businesses with. But if your needs are always being put on hold, you have to pause and reprioritize your values and commitments. Warning: be careful that you don't confuse what you deserve, which is what you work for, with a sense of entitlement, which is what you want but didn't work for. Get specific. Number 3, it is important to be specific about what you want and need. Failure to communicate what you need will add frustration and increase your timeline to gaining your success. Number 4, don't assume anything. People are not mind readers. Number 4, don't assume anything. People are not mind readers. I don't care how well you know someone. Never assume that they know what you want or need. Even if you think they should know, get crystal clear about your needs beforehand. Number 5, communicate your values. Be firm about what you will and will not stand for. The quickest route to frustration is a failure to communicate your value system. This can be challenging when you're in a place of real need. But don't be someone who can be easily bought. Don't compromise your standards. Number 6, recognize that no is not a rejection. The bank, your boss, and even your significant other will not always say yes. They may not be able to give you what you want. Do the best you can to see the situation from all sides and not just your own before you cut off a relationship. Turn down an opportunity or burn a bridge. Your gift is waiting for you to fight for what you want. When you build a world that looks the way you want it to, you are giving your gift more room to grow. You have come too far now to talk a good game about what you want without asking for what you want. The worst thing that can happen is someone will say no. The best thing that can happen when you ask for what you want is you get what you want and need. Success actions. List 3 things you want that you have never asked for. Why did you not ask for these things? Identify 3 people you should ask something for.